know what to do here. I think we're good. We'll find out in a minute. Hello. What's up, dude? Hey, thanks, man. Is the audio good? I'm not sure on the audio, Dakota. If you could let me know, I'd appreciate it. I never know. I'm not good at this like you and Hunter are. Good, awesome. Hey, check this out, man. I won't say who the guilty parties are because I haven't asked them if I'm allowed to disclose the information, but Hunter will be proud of me for this one. I'm a huge Matches fan as well, not like Hunter. I don't have every episode logged or anything, although I have watched just about everyone now. But the old Savinelli Roma Lucite 673 KS in honor of Matches 860. It's beautiful, man. Awesome. This was gifted to me for the wedding, and as well as this Peterson. Hi, thank you, Rose. I appreciate that. I am hitched, indeed. I'm also got paint on my fingers because I'm hitched. I've been painting trim all evening. So this Peterson Donegal Rocky was also gifted to me for the wedding. And this is my first Peterson pipe, and I've been wanting to get one to try out the Vulcanite, and this one has it, so I'm super excited about that. Yeah. So educate me. Yo, what's up, Walt? Hey, Walt, these are not drunken live streams. I'm just kind of dumb naturally. Is this what they call an army mount? I don't know. So anyway, I like the silver band either way. So yeah, I got the Peterson, which I didn't have a Peterson, and the only Savinelli I had was the 614 Paul Alligator Brown. What's going on, Walt? Yeah, drunken love. Yeah, that's it. The missus would get a kick out of that. So there's the 673, the wedding 673, and the Peterson Donegal. Hey, lady. Come here and say hi. Come say hi. Hang on. Let's see if this works. Come here. Come back here and say hi. Everybody just said they want to know you're real.
You're fake. You're fake. Hi. Okay.
All right, thanks. I'll pay you later. Oh, I missed that comment. What was it? How do I pull these up? I missed it. They said hello. I don't know how I pull these comments up. How to get them to stay up. Okay. I'm out of control here. There we go. Got it. I'm something like a genius. So anyway, we are hitched now. So this evening, I've got the Peterson. No, she didn't. There's Tom. Hey, Tom. I've been showing off my new pipes. I told everyone I haven't consulted the nefarious characters that are guilty, so I'm not going to roll out a doll. She is a doll, brother. What are you talking about? I'm not going to disclose the guilty parties, but I was just showing off my Savinelli Roma Lucite 673 and my Peterson Donegal Rocky that I received as wedding gifts. How's it going, Ron? Yeah, the hat's, I'm usually wearing a hat. I just got back from my house and doing some work on it. We haven't. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate that, man. I'll give her your congratulations to me, and I'll give her your condolences. They're awesome. Also got a lot of other really cool gifts. The guy gifts I got, I had a guy give me about a 45-year-old old Cutler pocket knife, which was made by the Colonial Company in the early to mid 70s to the early 80s in order to compete with Schrade's old timer line. And this knife, it's unsharpened, unused, in brand new condition, so that's super cool. A lot of tobaccos. Got a 3-year-old tin of Presbyterian mixture, which is right up my alley, and several other ones. Got some Peter Stokely Luxury Bullseye Flake, all kinds of cool stuff for a pipe and knife nerd for the wedding. So tonight, I haven't decided. That's some early morning pipe from 2023. I think I'll be smoking. I think I'll load up one of those. And thank you, Tom. I will say who gifted me this. Mr. Tom had this made for me, and pretty cool, super cool. So anyhow, yeah, Dakota, I meant to grab my jar of nightcap. That is, and I know you'll appreciate it. Probably, I mean, it's hard to pick my favorite English, right? But that's definitely in the top one, probably. It's probably in the top one for me. But I mistakenly grabbed the early morning pipe, which is fine. I'm learning that I enjoy Peterson's blends, a lot of them. So yeah, I'm really digging it. I hope they'll continue making it. So what's everybody else smoking? Hit me with your Walt. What's your blend of the evening? Boswell Northwoods. I haven't tried any of J.M. Boswell blends yet, Ron. I hear people talk about them pretty regular. I need to get some. H.U. Fayum. Did I pronounce that right, Walt? Fayum, Irish Flake. I just had a bowl of Irish Flake. Who said that? Who said they had the Irish Flake? I just had a bowl of that. Walt said I don't know. Yeah, so Old Dominion. I do like vapors. I do enjoy the vapors. Yeah. So I'm still really new, right? I smoked my first bowl of pipe tobacco, if you can even call it that. It wasn't really 1792 flake. 1792, is that a Virginia flake? Or you've been on a burley kick, haven't you? That's probably a burley flake. Yeah, so I smoked my first real bowl of pipe tobacco, which was Robert McConnell's Scottish blend, about the last week of July. Before that, I had some pipe tobacco from the local convenience store that said pipe tobacco on it, but come to find it out, it was really cigarette tobacco, and it was gross. After I tried the McConnell Scottish Flake, in comparison, I realized how nasty it was, and it got thrown away. So, I'm still new, but I think I really enjoy, I don't so much like aromatics, and autumn evening's good. I can do autumn evening, but I really enjoy Englishes and Virginias and Vapors right now. So, but still trying to figure out where I'm at with that. Porch Piper Tom suggested when I find one I really like to be sure and cellar it. He was talking about he's got to the point in his journey where he cellars narrow and deep, and that's kind of, I enjoy tasting all the different blends, but I could never keep up with Walt tasting all the different blends. So I think I'm looking for. There's Tennessee Piper. Yeah, that's what I'm having now, man. That's what I'm having now, brother. Some early morning pipe. Oh, Lefty. Blue line refers to my profession. I'm a donut eater by trade. Yeah, I'd agree with that, Walt. I just don't have the knowledge or the palate to really understand or appreciate really any of it, right? I probably, yeah, he really is. Walt is the king. I've concentrated on Virginias enough to where I've started to kind of tell the difference in some of those. Yeah, the limited releases and being pro hardcore policing. I don't know how hardcore I am, brother. I lost my train of thought. Who has the best donuts? That's a great question. There's a small mom and pop shop about 45 minutes. Well, that's fine, Lefty. You can hate that name if you want. I'm perfectly okay with you hating my username. I don't have a problem with yours though. There's a small mom and pop donut shop, and they have the best around here. As far as franchises, Miss Rose, Casey's is hard to beat. Casey's donuts are hard to beat. They make them there every morning. They're hard to beat. But we have limited options here for donuts. So there's only probably 3 places locally I could go. But out of those 3, Casey's for sure. I agree, Lefty. And I don't care either, so if you don't care, we're even. Yeah, I want to try some J.M. Boswell. I also want to try one of his pipes, but I go over there on Monday evenings, and by the time I get there, they're already gone. Walt, I'm curious what Walt's favorite Peterson blend is. I'm just getting into Peterson blends just recently. But I love the Irish Flake, EMP, and Nightcap. Irish Cask. I'll have to get some of that. Peterson Irish Cask. But the 3 I've tried, I really liked. Yes, I've been wanting to try the 965. That's an English, right, Dakota? All right, Dakota and Ron both said 965. I'll be getting some of that too. Yep, Dennis likes it too. All right, that's 3. Hey, Mushroom Wake, how's it going, man? Yeah, I haven't tried their Scottish blend. The only Scottish blend I've tried is Robert McConnell's, which is Irish Flake. Yeah, I've got the Irish Flake right here. I just had a bowl of that in this fine Savinelli pipe that was gifted to me before I started this. Hey, Millennial Codger, how's it going, man? We got most of the cool kids in here. Still waiting on a few. Yeah, the only other Scottish blend I've tried was the Robert McConnell, which was the first real pipe tobacco that I tried. Coincidentally, it blew my socks off that first bowl, and I wasn't sure pipe smoking was for me. But since then, I've learned to really enjoy Robert McConnell's Scottish blend. And I've looked up. I've asked the goggles this question, and I still haven't come up with a satisfactory answer that makes sense to me. What makes a Scottish blend, guys? Like, I understand it somewhat related to an English blend. Is it a subcategory under the category English is, or what makes it? Walt said no one knows, so I'm going to accept that as the answer. Virginia dominated. Kitchen sink. That's basically how I've understood it, is a kitchen sink. It's the cap. Speaking of caps, might have some Cavendish. Doesn't matter what it's called. Well, it matters what I call my lady, so sometimes it matters. Lost my train of thought again. You think as small as my thoughts are. Oh, speaking of caps, has anybody seen any pictures of Doc and his cap that he was bragging about? I'd give anything to see him, like Tom said in his video, dressed up like a hobbit. Jesus Christ is our Savior. Thank you for bringing it up, Lefty. I appreciate that. Every good and perfect gift comes from God. And I'd say the most perfect gift I've ever been given is the gift of his son, Jesus Christ, and what he did for me on Calvary. Speaking of gifts, I just got an email. My paycheck just hit. Oral sex. Lefty said F you. It's been a long time since I had oral sex. Thank you, Lefty. I appreciate that. It's Hobbit's Day today. It is Hobbit's Day, the birthday of Bilbo and Frodo Baggins. That is super cool. I'm assuming everyone here at least saw that Hobbiton put out his yearly video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. As always, he did a great job. Pipeman 1861. I assumed I really like his videos. I don't know how do I make moderators? I went through this the other day. Bear with me, please. I'm going to try to figure this out. Oh, Dakota. I'm going to try to figure this out. I'm not going to, am I? I'm a Toys R Us kid too, Ron. I don't want to grow up. Hey, Ron, you're a moderator, please. And Captain Burley Slice, you are a moderator too. Will you do us all a favor Thank you. The pipe, Dennis. So I received both of these as gifts for our wedding Saturday, and I'm not going to disclose who the guilty parties are that gifted them to me because I haven't asked permission to do so. But just blown away. So I'm a huge Matches 860 fan, as I'm sure everyone in here is, and I really have been wanting a Savinelli Romalusite 673 KS, and so I was gifted this for as a wedding gift, and holy cow! And they make it in two different ways, with and without these lines here, and this is the one that I like the look of the best, and so that's cool. So that's what that one is, Dennis. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate you. Lefty was timed out. Thank you guys for getting rid of that problem. I don't know why he picked on me, but I guess he hates my face. That's fine. She is a beauty. And this was gifted to me. And I didn't have a Peterson, and I love this silver band. And I asked earlier, is this considered an Army mount? I don't know. But it's filterless. This is one of their classic shapes. And this is a Peterson Donegal Rocky, model number 1515. And this is, the rustication on this one is just gorgeous. It's phenomenal. And so this is the other pipe I've got here, Dennis. Wow, I didn't have a Peterson, and I really wanted that Savinelli, but you know, getting married and working on the house and all that stuff, I didn't really have the money to throw at, you know, an expensive pipe like this, or buy my, you know, my income and standards, a really expensive pipe. And so I was just blown away. And I've been in, you know, they say to let your pipes rest, and I will eventually, but for the last 2 days, these two have received all the love. Yeah, they're just absolutely gorgeous, man. And the lighting doesn't do it justice. Yeah, so anyway, what, Dennis, what pipe are you smoking this evening? The same question for everybody. And so, we got my biggest fan out of here. Lefty's gone, I guess. That was weird. But for our wedding, we had, this was the little lady's idea. This is our guest book. And we asked people to go through here and mark their favorite passage and or verse, and then sign their name. And they did. And so, super cool, you know. I noticed, I flipped through every page in this yesterday evening, and got the Falcon out. And I noticed there were a lot of people that didn't, so I can, yeah, so we can take it individually to the people now that were there, and ask them to go ahead and do that. So I found this. This is a Barnes and Noble's publication. It's beautiful. The one I really wanted was an Easton Press. Yeah, Easton Press, but it was like $300. So, but this was a Barnes and Noble edition, and it's not Smythsonian, which I'm kind of nerd out on books, but it would be nice for a coffee table or something. Thank you, Captain Burley Slice, you have a good night, man. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. Later, Captain. So that was that. Also, I got to show you what I got the missus as a wedding gift. She got me, I should show you what she got me, but they're not here, they're at the camper. She got me like 15 tins of tobacco, and a lot of it was GLPs. I hadn't got to try any, and she'd heard me talk about it, so I'm excited to try all the GLPs blends. A lot of Englishes. She's better at picking out tobaccos for me than I am. Hey, Piper 81, how's it going, man? So, there's bound to be at least one person in here to appreciate this. But this, the little lady is a cast iron cookware lever, and this is an Erie number 9, and manufactured between 1890 and 1902, and still in amazing condition with the bail and matching lid. So anyway, that's what I got her. There's not very many of those left out there in that condition, but I was able to find her one. So we're simple people. So anyway, the wedding went. How are you, Mark? What are you smoking, and what are you smoking it in tonight, Mark? I've got the 673 Romalusite. It is amazing cast iron. The condition is unbelievable. So I was really blessed and fortunate to find that for her. I don't have any pictures or anything, but yeah, called a Dutch oven. Not the kind that she gets at bedtime. But yeah, where you pass gas under the covers and then cover up their head. This is the kind of Dutch oven that you have in the kitchen. Yeah, we cook almost exclusively with cast iron around here. Jackknife plug and Baracchini poker. I don't have a Baracchini pipe. Tell me, how does it smoke well, Mark? And also, that was one of the tobaccos that she got me, was Jackknife plug. And I smelled it and looked at it. It looks amazing. See you, Mill. Thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate you, brother. He must have said he was leaving and I missed it. I'm sorry. But I haven't tried the Jackknife plug yet. Mushroom's leaving. See you, Mushroom. Mr. Tom, are you still smoking the, what was it, afternoon lunch or 3 p.m. lunch, or what was it called? I've had my eye on the Baracchini pipe. I've had my eye on a lot of pipes. I'm sure you guys can. Lunchtime blues, minus the martinis. Yeah, I've never had a martini. Never even had the urge to have a martini. But I've had my eye on the Baracchini pipes. But haven't pulled the trigger. I haven't pulled the trigger on anything in quite a while due to the recent wedding. You were a martini lover, huh? I remember when I was playing music for a few years there, me and the lead singer I didn't drink when I played music, except for right before we'd go on, I'd do a shot of tequila with him. And one evening, we were getting ready to go on, the customary shot, and as soon as it hit my gullet, right back up it came. And that was the last time I ever did that one. So I don't really drink anything now. I'll have the odd beer or half a beer every now and a great while, but not a drinker. Walt said the other day I had forgotten to include him on the list for the traveling box, which coincidentally, Tom, you should be getting, I'm guessing Wednesday. Yeah, I'd always wait till afterwards too. Mark said I'm 81. Dude, you're doing great. He found a fountain of youth. Uh, this is hard to keep your train of thought and keep up with the chat. November the 16th. Well, anyway, lost it. It's gone. Gone forever. I'm sure it was profound as well. Oh, the traveling box, maybe. That should be there about, oh, I remember what it was. Wednesday. Walt said, I had forgotten to include him. My last live, Walt said, hey, I want in on that. And so then whenever I put out the post and tagged everyone that was in, Walt said, what happened to my name? And I felt about this tall. And he said, that must have been on one of your drunken live streams that I told you that. This evening, I found that little piece of paper that I'd showed on my pocket is on the counter at the camper. It said, include Walt. Just laying there. Totally didn't do it, though. But he's in now. Yeah, Miss Rose is going to send it to Walt because she was, they're in the kind of sort of the same vicinity. Yeah, there's Sal Dog. Salis, did you get that video up? Or did you not feel like doing it this evening? If you did, I'll go watch it when we get done here. We got just about all the cool kids in here now. That's the one we were waiting on. You missed it earlier, Sal Dog. We had some police levers in here. But Ron got rid of that problem for us. Yeah, so Saturday evening we got married out at the lake and good deal. Ron said he just subscribed to Sal Dog. And it was just our youngins and our parents, my mom and her mom and dad and our youngins at the ceremony, and then we went to Pavilion out there at the lake and had a little quasi reception. You guys are gonna laugh at me, but I'm a hillbilly. My family's all from Eastern Kentucky. We provided that morning. I made about 5 gallons of chili. And we had chili dogs and chili, and we provided chips and tea and water, and then desserts. Emily made the cake, and holy cow, she did a great job. And she made some cupcakes and cookies, and holy moly. But yeah, she is. Yeah, she is beautiful on the outside too. And so we hung out and visited with as many people as we could. We had a bigger turnout than I expected. It's always bad, something like that. We get done and we cleared out about 9:30. We were out of there, and so we went to her mom's house and just crashed at her mom's house. Her mom had taken the youngins there about 8:30. But it's hard because you don't get to visit with everyone that like you want to, and you feel bad. But I'd say probably this weekend we'll sit down and write handwritten letters to everybody that was generous enough to give us gifts and things like that. It was really nice though. And my daughter is 19. Her and her boyfriend, if it wasn't for them, we couldn't have made it happen. They came and worked Friday night and all day Saturday helping us set up, and do everything it needed done. So it was pretty awesome. So we are now officially hitched. She asked what kind of ring I wanted. She's the one that bought my ring. And I told her I wanted a wooden ring. But she couldn't find a wooden ring, but she found one that was inlaid with wood, so that'll work. Sal Dog, do you make wedding rings? I didn't think to ask Sal Dog. He might be able to make me a walnut ring. I'll wear a 10.5 if you do, Salas. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you, brother. She's real, Walt. You missed it. She came and said hi earlier. Tomorrow's the Carolina Red Flake drop. I don't know. It is. Yeah, you missed it, Walt. She did come in. Hey, Rose, tell him she's real. She's real, Walt. She came and said hi earlier. I don't know. You know, I heard, who was it? The Predestined Piper. Oh, you were here? Okay, good. So you know. Predestined Piper said that, I think it was him, was talking about he wasn't really going to do that just because there's so many other blends out there to try, you know, and I'm new, and I don't really know the difference between one or the other, right? So I'll let people that have a little more developed palates get in on the limited releases, and I'll just fumble my way through the rest of them, I think. Maybe later down the road, I start really understanding what I'm tasting. Maybe I'll get into them a little bit. Yeah. So, but I am looking forward to seeing what Walt and others think of the Carolina Red Flake. Ancient Mariner for Ken Byron's. Kia cigar leaf oil, the bright Virginias before it's gone. Get some Ancient Mariner from Ken Byron Ventures. Okay. I'll check that out, Walt. Probably tonight when we get done here. She also got me some kind of a polyvinyl material, rubberized, black ring with just a thin blue line around it for work. So that'll be good. I don't have to worry about getting my finger degloved or anything in case things go sideways. But that one's even more comfortable than this one. That rubber, I can't even really tell it's on there. Burlier. Hey, you're the 4th or 5th person, Sal Dog, to recommend the 965. So I'll be getting some of that. I was just saying earlier, the little lady got me for a wedding gift, like a dozen or 15 tins of, it sound like a newbie doing like tins of tobacco, and there was some Peterson in there. And so now I've tried Peterson Early Morning Pipe, Peterson Nightcap, thanks to her, and Peterson Irish Flake, and I really liked all 3 of those, which is, maybe it's an anomaly, but I don't have that good of luck with Cornell and Deal blends. They're kind of hit and miss for me, but I've liked all 3 of the Peterson blends that I've tried, so I'll continue to try theirs. But you're the 4th or 5th person to recommend the 965. So I'll be looking to get my hands on some of those. I wish there were a brick and mortar around here. There's one about 45 minutes away called Yesteryear Tobacconist, and that guy's a real interesting feller. But I went in there one day and I said, "Hey, I want to buy some tobacco from you." And he had maybe a half a dozen cans, and that was the day that I bought that Robert McConnell Scottish blend. I said, "I'm brand new to pipe smoking. I don't even have a proper pipe, Pirate Cake. Pirate Cake, is that a Burley blend?" I said, so I bought a La Roca billiard from him. At that point, I still only had the $3 Chinese corn cobs that I was smoking out of. I said, and I don't know, I've been researching it like most people would, but I don't know anything about tobaccos, but I want to know what I like. And the only way I'm going to know is can you tell me, like, is this an English blend? Because he had all his own blends that he claimed that he had come up with. Can you tell me if it's an English or a Virginia or a Burley blend? And he's like, nope, I don't tell people anything like that. Only information you'll get is what I've named it. And I thought, well, that's kind of crappy, you know. So I haven't gone back there. What are we talking about, Tom? You're worried they're not going to make it? Yeah, Walt's been doing all the engine blends. Walt, what's your overall opinion of the engine blends? Do you think they're a win, or do you think that they could have done better? You've tried several of them now. What's your overall opinion of the engine blends? Burley or Morning Pipe? Oh, okay. Is that a Ken Byron Ventures blend? Burley or Morning Pipe? Yep. All right. 99 was the best one. Okay. Well, that's where I'll start with the engine blends then, is 99. If I get my hands on any, I'll start with that one. Understood. The rest are just good budget blends. Man, this pipe is the berries. So all the pipes I have, trying to get a carbon cake built up, it was a little bit of a struggle because the pipe would get so hot, right? And you got to break it in and smoke it for a few minutes, let it set and cool off. Smoke it for a few minutes, so on, and rinse and repeat, right? Not this guy. I've smoked 4 or 5 different blends through it. One of them was a Virginia flake. Yes, sir. I see your comment, Cell Dog. Yeah, it's beautiful pipe. Even the Virginia flake, it got a little warm, but not too warm. I mean, there's a lot of briar there though. It's an awesome pipe. I can honestly say that I already know this is the best pipe, my best smoking pipe that I own. So, thanks to the ugly fella that gifted this to me. Cell Dog, I have a hard time keeping up with the comments. The last time I did this, I was able to have them up here, but now they disappear, and I can't figure out how to make them not disappear. I don't know. Now we're playing peekaboo. You never know what this group's going to be into. I blame it on Porch Piper Tom. He's usually the bad influence in the crowd. But noticed a lot of the Cornell and Dill blends that I've tried, after about halfway through the pipe, that's true. We appreciate you doing that for us, Tom. After about the midway point, it starts getting a little soured and funky. And I just dig it out and try again, right? But these Peterson blends, they haven't done that. None of them. None of the 3 I've tried have done that. The Irish Flake, the EMP, or the Nightcap. They stay good till the last little bit. I guess they call it the dawdle. Yeah, amazing pipe, Cell Dog. This thing is super, super cool. I have both, and I love both of those, Ron. I just bought 8 ounces of the Sutliff Virginia Flake, and I have about an ounce or so left of the Peter Stokeby Luxury Navy Flake. I think I like the Luxury Bullseye Flake better. It's got the Perique and a little bit of Cavendish in it. I think I like that one better, but I really like the rum cased Navy Flake too. Yeah. So I think I'm a Peterson pipe and Peterson blend fan. I'm blown away by this pipe. I had myself in honor of the heavy of the group. I had a bowl of Carter Hall in this sucker today, and I think based upon the walls aren't super thick, they're fairly thin relative to other pipes I have. I think I'm gonna make this my Burley pipe. I've read that. Yeah, it really is, Ron. I've read that Burley doesn't burn as hot as Virginia's, so with the thinner walls in mind, and the narrower bowl, then I think I'll smoke Burley's through this one. So I had a little bit of Haunted Bookshelf cake in this today, which was better than in this than it was in the other pipes I've tried it in, and the Carter Hall. I enjoyed the Carter Hall. In fact, in this pipe today, I was able to get a little bit of sweetness out of the Carter Hall that I didn't taste in the other pipe that I tried the Carter Hall in. So, yeah, I'll be having more Carter Hall out of this guy. That'll be my Burley pipe. So that's my first relegated pipe. I don't have any pipes that are just for one thing, but now this is my Burley pipe, and I think this is I don't know, probably going to be my English pipe. Pipe can make a blend better. That's what I'm learning, Mark. I wouldn't have guessed the difference it can make. I've been told, I've not been told, I've seen in videos multiple people say that pure Virginia blends smoke better out of narrow bowls. Can anybody in here attest to that? I don't know. I haven't tried that. But now, thanks to the 2 nefarious characters that gifted these to me for the wedding, I can start. I've got enough pipes now to where I can start relegating one to different things and testing out different blends and different pipes. So that's cool. I'm like a real boy now. Sal Dog, did you get that video on? If you answered me earlier, I didn't see it, man. Did you do a video this evening? You had said that you was thinking about it. Good deal. I'll go check that out. I'll shut this down here in a little bit. I was going to do these on Tuesdays, but Miss Rose had let me know that there was somebody, I forget their name now. Okay. I see you, Ron. Good night, Walt. Have a good night, brother. I appreciate you hanging out with us, and I'll be checking out that Engine 99. Again, I lost my train of thought. I'm not good at multitasking, man. Not my strong suit. I don't know what my strong suit is or what my forte is, but it's not multitasking. I know what it isn't. So, yeah, well, you'll have that. These big jobs. But I just wanted to come on here and see how everyone was doing, Yeah, Emily is definitely my strong suit. That's true. We we had a really good time. It was, man, we were so wore out. I've got, without sounding like a crybaby, I won't talk long about it, but I've had gout. We think it's gout, maybe, or some kind of arthritis. I don't know. I've had gout in my left foot for about a year and a half, nonstop. And oh yeah, Miss Rose let me know there was somebody that, yeah, the Stumble family that has theirs on Tuesday night. So I don't want to be a butthole. Anyway, by by Saturday night, I've altered the way I walk because of the gout over the last year and a half, and it causes a lot of. I mean, I limp around like I'm an old man, and I've altered the way I walk, and somehow the bottom of my foot was bruised by Saturday night, and I was just a wreck. I couldn't hardly walk, and she was wore out, and so we petered out pretty quick. But it was a great time. We're really blessed with the turnout we had, and no, we didn't have alcohol there. There were people drinking, but nobody got out of hand and didn't have to, you know, play bouncer or nothing. So I was a little apprehensive about that when I saw people drinking, but there was also several cops there that could have handled that, I guess. But it all went real well. I've been to receptions where people get out of control and there's a big fight and brawls and ridiculous. We didn't have none of that. Yes, Miss Rose, we did the customary dances, or at least I think we did. I danced with Miss Emily for our dance, and then I danced with my mom. I asked the DJ to play an old Don Williams song. I think it's I Believe in Love or I Believe in You. It was one of her and my dad's favorite songs, and my dad passed away 25 years ago. And that jerked some tears out of Mom's eyes. She wasn't able to finish the dance. She doesn't get around too good. She's not doing real well. But yeah, I danced with my mom, and then they had the father-daughter dance. So. Yeah, I'll show some wedding pictures, sure will. Old Don Williams is awful smooth, wasn't he, Mark? There's been a lot of smooth singers, and there's some just as smooth as Don, but none smoother. Yeah, Don was pretty good. I used to play that song, by the way, when I played music. Yeah. I still inhale pipe smoke every now and then, just out of habit from cigarettes, I guess, and it always reminds me what an idiot I am. Yeah, I'll be sharing some pictures, maybe a little video or something. I'll do that. Again, the whole point of me starting this channel was, I do, Dennis. Yeah, I play guitar. I started when I was about 13. See, how do I go back? Oh, there it is. Sat in a big director's chair without arms, even when he played Tulsa Time. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I pick around on a guitar a little bit, Dennis. I started when I was a kid. Lost train of thought again. But the reason I started the channel was for posterity. I never dreamed that the YouTube pipe community was this awesome. You guys are, wow, just blow my mind. But just for posterity, I thought that one day my kids and grandkids might get a kick out of seeing my ugly mug and listen to me run my mouth a little bit and see the kind of stuff I was into. So I'll have some videos up, or pictures at the very least. I'll also be doing some videos about books and probably pocket knives and maybe wristwatches, just different things I'm into. Maybe the grandkids and that will get a kick out of it one day. Yeah, and it just blows my mind getting close to 300. My first video I put up on August the 1st, and it's thanks to people like yourself and Tom and Sal Dog and several other people that has given me shout outs. Yeah, the YTPC blows my mind. Yeah, just giving me shout outs, and every time that would happen, Doc 209 Piper, I'm forgetting some, they'd given me shout outs. Papa Bear. I'll be doing a video thanking Mr. Papa Bear. He saw my video where I was doing the Yavo for Miss Rose had sent me the cigars, and he said, well, I've got some cigars that I want to gift you. So he sent me like 15 or 20 cigars, and I just received those, and they're out in my truck. And a homemade humidor that he made, just unbelievable. And I mean, I don't know. And the Yabo I did for Mark, I asked Mark after one of his videos, I said, hey man, I've been looking to buy some of that HH Virginia. Would you be willing? And in that video, he mentioned he had a couple, 3 or 4 tins of it, I think. I said, would you be willing to sell one of those tins? I'm afraid of my... Ron, yeah. Yeah, I might want to keep that on the down low, brother, if you think your parents are going to be mad at you. Yeah, that's funny. They're probably going to find out anyway, brother. But I sent him an email. I'm like, hey, Mark, would you be willing to sell one of those cans of tobacco? And he's one of those tins of HH Pure Virginia. He emailed me back right away, and he said, I still remember the conversation. I was laying in bed. He said, no, but I'll send you a fair sample of it. I was like, man, I really appreciate that. What can I send you in return? And he's like, man, don't worry about that. Just give me your address. I'll send this to you. I'll send you a sample of this HH Pure Virginia. And if you saw my video, you saw what he sent me. It was all kinds of stuff. And he didn't send me a sample of the Virginia. He sent me a whole unopened tin of it with over a year's age on it. And now, Mark, I'm in a pickle because I'm like, man, I want to try this tobacco real bad. But it's already got over a year's age on it. So right now I'm trying to find a tin to buy so I can smoke that one and keep that tin you gave me in the cellar. But if I can't find one, pretty soon I'm just going to bust it open. Yeah. Everybody in the YTPC is, Rose. Everybody. Emily told me the other day, she's like, I want to find a group of people that are as generous and nice as the people in the YTPC. Everybody's super nice. I said, yeah, pretty much. Everybody except for Lefty, that guy that was in here earlier. He was kind of a jerk. But anyway, never seen a group like that. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I've spent a lot of time looking at pocket knife content, and those guys over there are great. They're really nice, but just in wristwatches, those guys aren't really that nice. But pocket knife guys are, but they're nothing like the YTPC. So, yep. So anyway, Mark, now I've got a conundrum. I don't know what to do with that tin. Every time I look at it, though, it's hard not to open it. I feel like I'm probably going to give up here one of these days real shortly and pop it open. So I think I should, Mark. I'm glad you said that, friend. That's just what I've been thinking. How would you say it compares to Sutless Virginia slices? Hey, Carrie's in here. Oh, I just noticed something. So my last live, I made Carrie a moderator, and she still is. So that's good. I just learned something. Once you make someone a moderator, they stay that way. So that's cool. You missed your opportunity to use your moderator status. Yeah, you still have your cool tool power. You missed your opportunity to use that earlier. We had a jerk in here, Carrie, but Ron took care of him for us. Yeah. Yep. I definitely. That's not a bad idea, Miss Rose. I could put it in a jar, smoke a couple bowls, and let it cellar while I look for another 10 to buy. That's a great idea. So I'm gonna take Mark's advice, smoke it, and I'm gonna take your advice and jar and cellar the rest. Molasses. Let me see. I feel it. I feel it's more like molasses sweet, unlike Virginia slices are citrus kind of sweet. I agree with the Virginias; they're very citrusy. Maybe not as citrusy as I didn't think the Virginia slices were quite as citrusy as Orlick, which wasn't a bad thing. I like Orlick too, but the molasses sweet sounds. You said molasses, so now I'm definitely opening it. Yep. Yep. Well, now just about all the cool kids have stopped in to say hi. I think we were only missing a few tonight. So that's good on a Monday night. We've been running right at an hour now. Miss Carrie, I got to show you this. I'm getting ready to end the stream here pretty shortly, but I was gifted this, and I can't say by who yet. I haven't talked to the guilty parties to see if they're okay with it, but I'm a huge Matches 860 fan, like most people, and so this was a 673 Roma Lucite KS, and this was gifted. It is a beautiful pipe, and it smokes better than it looks. Mark, it's unreal. Venture to say it's the best smoker I've got. Now, granted, I've only got 6 or 8 pipes now, but was gifted this for our wedding. Yeah, so pretty. I know the pipe's good looking too, ain't it? May you rest in peace, Mr. John Harden. Yes, sir. Matches 860. I do too, Mark, and I really think the next pipe I buy, at least one of them is going to be, it'll be a Roma Lucite. Yeah. What colors of the alligator do you have in this, Sow Dog? Yeah, that stem it's really something. And I noticed that the Roma line, not the Roma Lucite, which is this stem, green and brown. Yep. I noticed that the Roma line is a black vulcanite, which this was gifted to me too, Miss Carrie. Everybody else has seen it, I think. This Peterson Donegal Rocky. And this has a vulcanite stem, and I like the vulcanite stem. It is more comfortable for me. Yep. Yeah, I like the looks of the 320 KS. Maybe I'll get a Roma Lucite 320 KS author pipe. But this is a beautiful pipe, and it has a vulcanite stem. And I like the feel of it. I think over it's softer or something. I guess it's softer, but I like the feel of that vulcanite. So maybe I'll get instead of getting the Roma Lucite 320 KS, I'll get a Roma 320 KS salvo with the vulcanite stem. You have a lot of estate pipes, but no fancy pipes yet. I didn't have any fancy. I'm same as you with one exception, Ron, and I'll talk about that in a second. But I have about a half. Besides these, I have about a half a dozen pipes. Yep, it does carry. This definitely feels softer. Um, it really is, man. The rustication is amazing. Um, they're all $5 to $10 pipes, that I've got off eBay. Estate pipes, Dr. Graybows, and I love them. Um, Dr. Graybows and a Willard and a Medico and stuff like that. You're on, Cell Dog. Yep. You're talking about the Roma 320 KS with the vulcanite stem? Obsidian oil? I'll have to get some. I was wondering today what I needed to do. But when I first jumped into this, which I'm still brand new to pipe smoking, Ron, mid-July was when I first got into it. I got the bug and immediately went and bought a Savinelli Alligator Brown 614 Moon Paul. And that's a great pipe. And, okay, yeah, I'll get some Obsidian oil then, Mark. I appreciate the advice on that, man. But now these two, holy cow, I'm just so blessed and thankful. This one smokes amazing. My second best smoker is probably that Savinelli 614. This is a great smoker too. It just doesn't have as thick a wall. This is a big chunk of briar, and this is smaller intentionally. This is their classic line. This is the way this is supposed to be, but this is a great big chunk of briar. This is going to be a great travel pipe. Just take it with me, and I'll be smoking Amazon, okay. I'll be smoking Burleys through this one. And it's got the Peterson logo. I'm not going to be able to probably get that to focus, but the Peterson logo on the band here. I think they call that an army mount. I don't really know. I need to research it so I know what I'm talking about. But at least it has. Yeah, my boss lets me smoke in my work car, Ron, which is cool. I had won a giveaway. Sal Dog and Rudy had a giveaway for was it your 200 subscriber giveaway, Sal Dog? And I was blessed and fortunate enough to win first place, and one of the things I won was a really nice corn cob from Rudy. So that stays on the console of my cruiser, and that's my work pipe. And I smoke mostly Captain Black. In that, I've got a pouch of that. It's just easy, right? It's just a pouch I keep in my organizer. And so, yeah, the cobs, they smoke cool and awesome. I can freight drain my cobs, and they just ask for more, So that's the cool thing about the cobs. They smoke cool. And I've smoked a lot out of that one already, and I don't know how long it's going to last before they say they burn out, but it's going to last a long time. So I'm still new, but I venture to say that, my two Missouri Meerschaum cobs I got smoke almost as well as this one, and this is a really, really expensive pipe. So cobs are not to be overlooked. What cob did you get, Mark? Yeah, super easy to maintain, Tom. All right, take care, Sal Dog. Keep your powder dry, brother. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. The big boy. Yep. Yeah, I love my corn cobs as well. I watched some of the old videos, and the guys are talking about getting the Country Gentleman's for $5 and that. I'm like, man, I wish I was smoking back in those days. Now I think the Country Gentleman's what, $12 or $15, something like that. Legend bent. Yep. I just bought a Legend not long ago. I didn't buy it for me though. I bought it for someone else. Yep. The Legend also, if I'm not mistaken, Ron, that's a filtered one, isn't it? 18. 18 what? What did I miss? I missed something. I just did it again, Mark. I just inhaled that sucker. Yeah, I got a Bing's favorite Cobb too. I really like it. I was thinking it was, Ron. Oh, she's talking about the price. I bought a Country Gentleman. It was 15. Got it last month. $18. That's crazy. You like that Huck Finn, Tom? I almost got to get a Huck Finn and a Tom Sawyer corn cob just out of principle. Almost seems sacrilegious not to. Still smoking out of it, right, Ron? Is it still? It's not burned through or anything yet. 12 years old. I mean, you probably 12 years ago you paid what, $5 or $10 for it? Got 12 years out of it and counting. There's a case to be made. Yeah, I saw that too, Carrie. What makes a Dagner so special? I mean, I know Jason Dagner, he's, I guess, a well-respected dude somewhere that does something. Put pipe mud in that riverboat. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, that's about what I paid for my Bing's favorite. It was like $38 or something. I gotta tell you, I don't think it's worth $38. I think it's worth $20 or maybe $25, but I don't see $40 for that Bing's favorite I've got. Oh, you're talking about the big boy pipe? There's a case to be made for, and I don't remember who it was. Somebody did a video a while back. Which one's better, briar pipes or corn cobs? And of course that's completely subjective, and there'll never be an answer to that, right? But I mean, you can't look down your nose at people that only smokes out of cobs, because they could make a case that they're a better pipe subjectively, you know. Yeah, I'm getting ready to end it too, Dennis. Thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate you quite a bit. Yeah, the diamond cobs. Yeah, I saw those, Tom. I like both too, Ron. My cobs, like for the same reason a lot of people do, right? They smoke great. And like Tom said, they're super easy to maintain, and you can throw them around. If you drop them, your heart's not gonna stop. They're just great. Yeah. So she's talking about being gifted those. It brings up my favorite pipes. Or like my brother talks about beer. His favorite beer is free and cold. That's my favorite pipes. The ones that are free. My favorite tobaccos are free too. Yeah. So Ron, what Ron said earlier, he don't have any fancy pipes yet. He still just has estate pipes. What's your favorite estate pipe that you have? What's your best smoker? Yeah, and the Graybos, like I've got a freehand Graybo. I think I gave it was $15.01. That's what I gave for that Graybo, shipped. And and it's an amazing smoker. If it'll hold tobacco, I'll smoke it. I'm with you, Mark. Hey, Barella. Pipe tobacco is something you don't just try. Is it something you don't? Is it something you do or don't? How does that work? Sorry, I'm new to the channel. Yeah, so pipe tobacco. That's a great question. Uh, Everybody's going to have a different recommendation, Barella. I recommend getting you a corncob pipe and go to a website, get you a corncob pipe from Missouri Meerschaum, and do some research on pipe tobaccos on YouTube. There's a plethora of videos and reviews, and just pick you a couple pipe tobaccos, and if you're like me, live with your tongue on fire for 3 weeks until you learn how to smoke the pipe, and then enjoy it. But yeah, but you're probably smarter than I am, Brill. You probably won't have to learn about. You probably won't have to live with your tongue on fire for 3 weeks or more like I did before you learn. I started smoking a pipe to get away from cigarettes, and was gifted with not only higher quality tobacco and none of the chemicals that they put on cigarettes, but also a community like the YTPC. So, yeah. For sure, Barella. If you have any other specific questions, feel free to throw them out there. If I can't answer them, which there's a chance I can't, but there'll be somebody in here that can, and they'll be glad to. The pipe smokers on YouTube are some of the most generous and friendly people you ever meet. What did I miss? Popcorn Sutton. Sutton 334. I bought it in honor of old Popcorn Sutton. I don't know who Popcorn Sutton is. I guess that's because I'm a newbie. I'll have to do. Is that someone I can find on YouTube? If it is, I'll try to check them out. Moonshiner. Oh, okay. Yeah, so Carolina Rose got me started. Barella on cigars as well. And also, Miss Rose, Emily, along with about a dozen tins of tobacco, she gave me a couple legit cigars as a gift too. So, but yeah, I smoked my first real cigar thanks to Miss Rose, and so now I enjoy cigars. I've been looking everywhere. I went into a smoke shop in a local town today. They have a few cigars in a little humidor, looking for, hoping they had some of the Arango cigarillos. Of course they didn't. I hope they didn't quit making them. All the online retailers say they're out of stock. Well, I'll stay on a few more minutes, Barella. Hit us with your questions. We'd love to help you, get you started. Cigarpage.com has crazy deals. I'll check them out. I wasn't familiar with that one. So thanks to Rose, now I'm buying cigars, not just tobacco for pipes. And I really, really enjoy their Arango Brawl. Cigarillos natural. I like the Irish and the Irish coffee and the Irish whiskey, I think they were. But I preferred the natural one over the other two. I thought it had a lot better flavor. I really, really like that. So yeah, Barella, feel free to ask your questions. Or, yeah, I really like those, Carrie. Or if you're more comfortable emailing it, my email is on my homepage. If you click on the description of my YouTube channel, you'll find my email address. You're more than welcome to send your questions that way. If I don't know the answer, I can find it for you or refer you to somebody else that's much more knowledgeable than myself, which isn't hard to do. Pretty much just close your eyes and point in this room. The Hyde Piper. How's it going, man? The Hyde Piper. You have me looking for them, and it's been at least a year, yeah. What we've got? What did Ron say? I'm a big Caldwell fan. He makes great cigars. Dunbarton Tobacco. Shaka is a cigar guru. That's all Greek to me, Ron. You know way more about it than I do. Yep. Drew Estate Deadwood. Sweet Jane is probably my favorite. Speaking of Drew Estates, I think are they the ones that make the acid cigars? One of the cigars that Miss Rose sent was the Acid Crush, and I like that one too. Good to see you too, Hyde. I'm glad you stopped in with us, man. Outstanding. Yeah, I like that. It reminded me, and the room note reminded Emily similarly of holiday season, Christmas time, that kind of thing. The Acid Crush, the spices and that. I really enjoyed that one too. I'll probably be buying some of those. They're just kind of, I mean, for me, they're a little bit expensive, but especially in comparison to the Arango Bras. Crazy Alice. No, that's all Greek to me. It's crazy how expansive the line of cigars and pipe tobaccos is. The Havana Honeys. See, if you ask me, Hyde Piper, Havana Honeys sounds like a band. Like maybe some women have a band and they've named it Havana Honeys. I'm learning though. All right. We got some cigars aficionados in here. I've got, man, those smell good. I want a cigar now. I got some in my truck, in the humidor in the back of my truck. Cigar Bit has the Arago Bra on there right now. Do they? Because I looked last night and I might have overlooked them, Ron. I'll have to go to Cigar Bed then. Okay, everybody, let's help Burrell out. Burrell wants to know, do you absolutely have to char your bowl before smoking out of it? Can you smoke all tobacco out of the same bowl, or do aromatics get their own pipe? So I can tell you that you don't have to char your bowl or start a char before smoking out of it. It can happen naturally. Some people like to do the honey thing. I saw one guy really recommends using sour cream instead of honey. You don't have to do that. He likes to He likes to start his bowls with sour cream or honey, and he gets the charcoal tablets or capsules from the local pharmacy and crushes those up in there and coats his bowl before smoking it. But you don't have to. Do aromatics get their own pipe? They don't have to. But since you're asking that question, I'm sure it sounds like maybe you've done a little research and you might be familiar with the term ghosting. They can leave a ghost or a residual flavor in your bowl. So there are people that like to dedicate a bowl to aromatics or a certain kind of aromatic or a certain flavor of aromatic just to mitigate the possibility of ghosting, but you don't have to. Also, corn cobs. Yeah, okay, so Ron, he's ahead of me. corn cobs are very forgiving with ghosting. I started with English, then went to vapor blends. So that's what I was just getting ready to say. Or I've not noticed any ghosting with my corn cobs at all, and I smoke everything in the world out of them. So, yeah, Hyde Piper said he likes to let his chart naturally, and I'm with him on that. And if you get into briar pipes, Borella, they'll have an initial char when you get them. A lot of them, not always, but a lot of times they will. This Savinelli and this Peterson that was gifted to me, both had primary char in them. So, yeah. Again, as far as the ghosting goes, start with a Missouri Meerschaum corn cob and can't go on. Thanks, Carrie, for clarifying that, because I probably smoked for a month and before I realized what everyone was talking about when they'd refer to a vapor. Took me a while to figure that out. The way I figured it out was reading random reviews on tobaccoreviews.com. I would just go there and read reviews. Ron says, for briars, get you 3 pipes, one for aromatics, one for English, and one for everything else. Probably not a bad idea. And one for Colt Blood Red Moon, because holy crap, that stuff. I don't know if there's any Colt Blood Red Moon fans in the crowd, but I couldn't, man. That stuff knocked my head off. I bet it would really ghost. Carrie said aromatics do well in a cob. I would agree with that. I'm not either so far, Ron. I like Autumn Evening. It's nice, but it's subtle, you know. That's the thing about aromatics I don't generally care for, is that they're so bold. And then after the first few minutes, then they just get weird tasting, even if I did like the flavor at first. One I kind of liked was Maple Street by Sutliff. Had a tin of it. Had a couple tins of it. I like that one, but it loses its flavor too. I did like Founding Fathers isn't bad, and I like the Autumn Evening. Yeah, and so Carrie makes another interesting point, something I'm just learning myself. And Mr. Jesse taught me this. For aromatics, there's sweet aromatic and non-sweet aromatic, and there's ones that are just mildly sweet. I didn't realize that. I just initially I heard aromatic, I thought sweet, you know, but that's not necessarily the case. Or Miss Rose said that. Miss Rose made that point. So that's a very good point, Miss Rose. The Country Squire Arrows, is that a aromatic, I guess, Hyde? Yeah, I do too, Ron. I like the smell of it. I just don't like to be the one to smoke it. I need to talk my wife into picking up a pipe and she can smoke it. Danish style aromatic. See, I don't know what that means. I don't know what a Danish style aromatic is. Is that, you just smoke a donut? What is it? I could do that. It comes with territory in my profession. I could smoke a donut. They blend their own aromatics and do it well. Got you, Hyde. Yeah, I'm the same way, Rose. Um, the smell is misleading sometimes. It's kind of false advertising, that, man. For sure. But again, I keep going back to autumn evening just because that's been my favorite of all the aromatics I've tried. I thought the flavor was better than the 10 note on that one. I like that idea, Carrie. Being able to taste the tobacco. Only arrow I can do is cold blood or admit. I was just talking about mushrooms back. I was just talking about that mushroom. I can't cold blood red moon at all, man. I can't do it. It knocked my head off. Holy, it was tasted like cough syrup to me. I couldn't do it. Watching the new Dexter. There's a new Dexter. I'll have to tell my daughter because she was a huge Dexter fan. A few years ago, she binge watched. I'd go knock on her door, and she'd be in there watching Dexter, and that was for months. She just watched every episode and then rewatched it and then rewatched it, and I'll have to tell her Dexter's back. She's gonna love that mushroom leg. I appreciate the heads up. That's maybe that's a good Christmas gift idea. I'll try to get my hands on the new Dexter series or something. What is a good non-sweet aromatic? Oh, I bet there's some people in here that can answer that for you, Ron. I know that I haven't got to try them yet, but I think Gowth and Hogarth has a lot of non-sweet aromatics, and Carrie retracted her message. A lot with clove oil and rose topping. I know there's some made with rose toppings. Gowth and Hogarth has. Sir Walter Raleigh aromatic, Carrie says. So, Jess Piping sent me a ton of tobaccos to sample, and several of those were aromatics, but they weren't sweet. So, yeah, I've heard a lot about the Lakeland essence, but I don't think I've had anything with the Lakeland essence, so I'm looking forward to trying something with that. Best brown number 2 with Lakeland. Okay. Well, guys, it's been an hour and a half now. I better shut her down. I really appreciate everybody for hanging out, having some fun, and I think we got to help Barella maybe a little bit, which is awesome. If you're still in here, Barella, feel free to email any more questions you might come up with. Like I said, if I don't know the answer, I'll find somebody who does. And I'm glad. Thanks for stopping by, Ron. Thank you for that. You guys are awesome. Stay that way. And everybody have a good night. Thank you for the congratulations. I appreciate it. Thanks, Mark. And thanks again for the gifts, man. God bless you, brother. And everybody. Yep. Thank you. Good night. See you guys.